I'm sure as you're looking at Boquete, you see that there are so many things to do here. There's mostly outdoor things. You want to explore, you want to seek out the waterfalls, do hikes. But on this video, we're going to do something different.
If you've made it this far and got to Panama, congratulations. You're in for a treat. It's a wonderful country. And if you got even more lucky and got to Boquete, you have a chance to see this. The coffee plantations, the coffee fincas, all around Boquete. This is like Napa for wine, except that it's coffee. And one of the really beautiful ones is Finca Lerida. The grounds are manicured to perfection. They're beautiful. The habitat is amazing. All kinds of different colored birds and animals are there. Wonderful restaurant. Great for just going up and have a drink and just look at the view because it is spectacular. And you can stay here. They have lodging. It's a hotel basically. Small, private, special. But again, it's quite amazing. They also have a little general store that has a slight snack bar, mostly sort of like a coffee bar. The small coffee bar, coffee house is that right behind Viv, down low by the parking lot. But if you go up the stairs and the little ramp, you get to the restaurant and also the lodging up on top. This is a fully working coffee plantation. They grow the beans, they roast the beans, they package the beans, they sell the beans, they do everything involved in making coffee. What's that?
What do you smell?
Coffee? Coffee plantation. Makes sense.
Buenas, bienvenidos.
Buenas.
¿Qué tal todo? Speak Spanish?
We also went to Cafe Ruiz, which is the start of a tour where they take you to a coffee plantation and they show you how do they actually pick the beans, grow the beans, make the beans, turn it into coffee, roast it, the whole deal from one end to the other, and then you get a tasting thing at the end. It basically starts out here at the cafe restaurant, and then they take you through growing them from little seedlings to something a little larger, and then it just keeps growing, and there's the plants. And then ultimately you end up getting these things. They're like sort of like chestnuts, and the coffee bean is inside, and they look like that. And if you then break the shell open, those are the actual coffee beans, which he has right there in his hand. This is sort of the tasting at the end, but I'm going to show you this in an actual movie. One of the things, unfortunately, is we did this has been shot like 12 years ago. And, you know, cameras were not as good then as they are now, so the quality isn't 4K like the front of this video. As you've seen, look at this. Isn't it wild? That's coffee beans all over the ground, and they're out there for weeks. And then they take them in here and they separate them. They separate, some they use the bean, some they use the bean and sort of the shell that goes around them. For lower places, from what she said, places like Dunkin' Donuts, they actually sort of serve coffee not only with the bean, but also pieces of the shell, which normally gets discarded. So it's a little bit lower grade of coffee, if you will. These are all the brands. And then back at the stores where they start to process them and put them in bags and this type of thing. And then came an explanation, which I'm just going to leave here for you to hear because you can hear it. There's a lot of noise in the plant, unfortunately, where he explains the different types of roasts. If you can't hear him, I'll tell you just part of this, which he's about to say is, when you get a dark roast or a French roast, you're really just getting burnt coffee, and there's less caffeine. You know, that was a surprise to all of us there. And you can taste it afterward because you get to taste each one of the roasts. And when you go from one to another with no milk, no sugar, it's like, wow, you could really taste the difference. So listen carefully.
The darkest is French roast. Latin, Italian are medium. Italian is darker than light. So French is the darkest, European is the light. Look at the difference in color. You see light and dark. Yeah, the beans are the same coffee beans, but this one is roasted longer. Most people like to buy dark roast or French roast because they are thinking they are taking home the strongest coffee. It looks dark and shiny, so it looks like a strong coffee. But if you want to make a strong coffee, you only have to put more coffee in your coffee maker, or less water. Yeah. When the beans are roasted longer like this one, most of the flavor is gone. Most of the flavor is gone. It loses caffeine. The longer you roast it, less caffeine in the bean.
Less caffeine?
Yeah, less caffeine. It tastes more bitter because it's burnt and smoky. You need more coffee beans per kilo because the beans got roasted longer. More moisture is gone, so it's lighter in weight.
Which are the two that you have there? That's light and or European and French?
This is European and this is French.
Oh.
European and French. Yeah, light roast smells sweeter, tastes sweeter. Light roast keeps the most caffeine. And light roast keeps the most caffeine. For example, if you make 1 cup of coffee from French roast, 1 cup of coffee from European roast, you get from French roast 35 milligrams of caffeine. From European roast, 140 milligrams of caffeine.
We sure hope you enjoyed our video today. Please remember to subscribe. Click that bell so that you get reminders of our new videos. And also the like button. Why not? It sure helps other people to find us. Be sure to come back and see us again soon. Bye for now. Ooh.